You're listening to the Behind the Booth podcast with DJ iSizzle, where music, weddings, and unforgettable stories come to life. And now your host, DJ iSizzle.
What is going on, my fan sizzles? It is good to see you. My name is DJ iSizzle. Welcome to a Halloween 2 of 2 podcast we're doing. As you can see, I've got my Super Mario Brothers shirt on today. All my favorite characters right there, as well as I've got my Nightmare Before Christmas jacket on as well, and I'm wearing my black fedora. I normally wear the white one, so we're doing it a little different today. We are definitely the podcast about sharing real stories from events, talking about new music, and also like unforgettable moments from behind the DJ booth. I am your host, DJ iSizzle. Let's go ahead and get into it. So I want to talk a little bit about haunted dance floors and maybe some like creepy cool song requests and some of my like favorite DJ Halloween hacks. So let's bring the lights down, get the bass heavy. Let's get that spooky energy. Let's get it alive right now. Oh, but before I do that, I wanted to show you, I have some new equipment back here. This is a disco ball, as you can see, perfect for disco, or if you wanted to do more of an updated look and do something a little different than just the standard lighting. I'm offering the disco ball now. And as you can see, it's on a stand, so you don't have to bring in a big ladder and and get up there and drill some holes and do a whole bunch of installation. So it's pretty much just a tripod. It's covered in the front there, so you don't see any of the tripod really. And I could just put one of my uplights on it, or I could put two uplights on it, and it covers like a whole pretty much an entire stadium auditorium. It does really well. So, and you can change it to all the different colors of the uplight as well. So I believe there's about 8 to 10 different colors. You can also fade the uplights. So there's a lot of things you can do with it. So yeah, the disco ball, that is one of my new equipment arrivals. So let's get into segment number 1.
Wedding reality check. What do you recommend, DJ iSizzle?
So one Halloween season, I had a reception playlist loaded up and ready. And just right before, now keep in mind, this was when I first started. This is like over 10 years ago. And I was about to do the grand entrance. And for some reason, the house speakers, it kind of glitched. And then the playlist I had, it glitched as well, and then the wrong song came on. So it's a good thing I was friends with the couple, and the couple had basically just kind of hired me because I was really new into weddings. So they were, I don't know, they were just like, "Hey, can you do it for us?" And I was like, "Sure, absolutely." So it wasn't the couple's choice, but for the bride entrance song, "Super Freak" by Rick James started playing. The entire wedding party, including everybody in the entire church, started laughing. They were like, so, luckily, the bride, with her father in arm, started dancing, and the groom started dancing as well. And I think the whole wedding party started dancing. But the good news is that the whole room embraced this, and they actually, like, the couple thought it was really funny. And I was like, I don't know what happened. I know you guys are having your Halloween wedding very close to Halloween. Maybe it was a spooky ghost. I don't know. But I did apologize. And you know what? They said they thought it was awesome. So luckily it was a couple that was really just thought that kind of humor was funny. It wasn't intentional, but sometimes it happens. So, and here's the truth. Like, when you first start DJing weddings, like, you don't prepare how you should. And thinking back to like my first weddings, like I didn't have a business license. I didn't have insurance. I didn't have a website. I barely had social media of any sort. And people would ask me for clips, and I'd be like, yeah, I've got a clip. And now I just embed it on the homepage of my website, my newest clips from all my weddings and events. I just let people know you can go right to my website, djissizzle.com, and you can check it out. So, but looking back, I think that you have to, like, when you first start, you got to start somewhere. And when you first start, I mean, like, you get on a bike, you're gonna fall. You don't know about balance and gravity yet, and you just get on there, and then naturally, after a few times, you're just naturally you're doing wheelies and you're you're jumping over jumps and stuff, and it becomes more natural. So, and that's the same thing with DJing. It's the same thing, like a lot of the times it's not about being perfect up front, and sometimes like if I put on the wrong song, I'll just kinda go with it, and a lot of the times it'll work. A lot of times when I'm not thinking too hard and I just put something on, the crowd tends to love it, so, sometimes you gotta just if you make a mistake, don't unless it's a really big one like Dead Air, and it's not intentional, then, yeah, you'll definitely have to get on the mic and do some talking, but, anyways, so, yeah, just, when you start out, just go easy on yourself if you make mistakes, and you don't have to let people know that you're a student DJ, but just get out there and really prepare for your gigs. Like really, really prepare. Have extra music, extra background. Understand like different vibes and how you may have to switch up your vibe of what you thought the evening was going to be versus what you were hoping it was going to be or you want it to be. Sometimes your crowd doesn't feel certain music that you play, so you do have to adjust and you really have to shift what sometimes your whole set, you might just have to throw out everything you planned and just go with another playlist that maybe you had from a previous night. So it really just depends on the crowd, their energy. Um, but yeah, don't ever be afraid to like adapt into a different playlist if you have to. So, all right, let's move on to segment number 2, Dance Floor Diaries, Zombie Conga Line.
Dance Floor Diaries. Tell us more, DJ iSizzle.
So I was DJing another wedding and it was a costume themed wedding and the bride came as a zombie and she got out there and started a conga line. She said, "Can you play me some conga music?" I said, "Sure, I got you. Let me maybe let's ride the train. We can do conga if you want." I put it on and within minutes, all of a sudden Frankenstein, vampires, witches, I think there was even a werewolf, like, they were all dancing, like, in a cool, like, parade around the ballroom, so it was definitely silly, spooky, and I will never forget it. And something that I think I can take away and maybe share with you is that Halloween, like, it's fun because you can open up to playful chaos. When people are in costumes, they don't feel as restricted as if they're just in their normal outfits every day, so you really have to like think, well, if it's Halloween, how can we loosen people up? Just put them in costumes and they'll just pretend they're Frankenstein or pretend that they're a zombie bride. So, yeah, let's move on to segment number 3. This is your party energy hack.
Your wedding energy hack. Tell us more, DJ iSizzle.
So if you're planning an event and it's near Halloween, don't be afraid to lean into that theme. Um, I like to add more lighting, maybe some sound effects in between mixes. Like you can get sound effects, like a whole library of sound effects. You can get like creepy laughing. You can get creepy like dungeon sounds. Um, really like you can find like stabbing strings, like Psycho or anything like that from the movie. And it kind of adds a little bit more to it. And also like I'll um I'll get custom DJ drops for Halloween made. So you can get like a really like low voice guy. He's like the creepiest DJ around. DJ iSizzle. And you can get those kind of like custom made DJ drops and you can throw those in the mix when you're DJing. And it's kind of nice. I mean, like, even if you can take like original like Thriller is like one of the most known Halloween songs and maybe like flip it halfway through into like more of like an EDM track drop or something and like layer it with some like spooky organs or like give it more of a house beat or like feel like you're doing something a little different for the crowd and I think they appreciate you a little more. um so I guess I would say as a pro tip, we call it like Halloweenifying, if that makes sense. That's what it's called for like your set. So do something a little different. Don't just play the classics like off a Spotify playlist because everybody can do that, right? We can just go there, go Halloween classics, give me 50 of them, and then you just play a song all the way through. And you can do that, but it really helps to have that mixer to have something like pre-planned sets, a playlist with all different Halloween songs, all different genres from all different years. And that's something I've learned too about like Halloween is like all different years are accepted with your crowd. Even if they don't like music from say like the 1950s or 60s, you can play music from the 50s and 60s as Halloween and you can get away with it. And a lot of people actually really enjoy that. So maybe there's something creepy about the past. I don't know. It's something to think about. So let's go on to segment number 4, Request Roulette. And this is the creepiest request ever.
Request Roulette. Do you take requests, DJ iSizzle?
So we were kind of talking about the Psycho theme. And one of the like strangest requests I've gotten in Halloween, and I've gotten a lot. Somebody asked for the Psycho shower theme effect, which is like the and I thought they were kidding. And I was like, you sure? Like, are you gonna be able to dance to this? And but nope, they wanted me to drop it. They said do the little and then go do 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 or something like that, or something before or after. And I gave it a try, and it went off. And I'll tell you, like the unexpected. And if you trust your crowd, you don't have to trust them with every song. there's certain songs that just never work in a crowd, and for the most part, you can trust your requests, but you do have to be careful with them when it comes to requests. That's why we call it request roulette, because you just never know what you're gonna hit. So, but the crowd went nuts, and sometimes, like when the requests come in and you play them for the crowd, a lot of the crowd will know like other people in the audience, and they'll wanna like certain songs that they know and love. So sometimes you have to trust the crowd, but be careful. Sometimes they do try to sabotage you. So make sure you know what song and make sure you know how to bring it in and all that kind of stuff if you do take requests. Let's go on to segment number 5. This is track of the episode.
Track of the episode. Play us a banger, DJ iSizzle.
All right. My track of the episode is Get Wild When the Werewolves Bite, featuring Alana Carter. This one is pure Halloween magic. It is being released, or it is released, I guess. Yes, it is released this last couple weeks. It's by this DJ. His name is DJ iSizzle. He produced the track. Alana's haunting vocals, like they ride over the pounding bass line, and it builds into a drop like it's very fierce, and it feels like a full moon transformation on the dance floor. I've been dropping it the last couple of weeks at Halloween gigs, and I feel like every time the crowd gets a little howling, they love it. People start doing wolf howls back in the, like they run up and they start like howling at me. I go with it. I'm an Aquarius, so I like stuff that's a little wild like that. So, but it becomes like an interactive moment, which is really cool. And I feel like if you can really connect with your crowd at every set, you'll be memorable as a DJ. And I think that's what we want, right? We want to be a memorable DJ. But it's a track. It's built for chaos. It's built for costumes. I've always loved Halloween music, and I've been wanting to create another Halloween album that's strictly Halloween. And that is what's going to move us on to segment number 6, the iSizzle music update. We're going to call this one the Halloween extended track of the week. We're going to call it the EP album of the week. Let's go to it.
iSizzle music update. Fresh drops and big news.
So I am beyond excited because I'm finally doing what I've been wanting to do, and that is make a strictly Halloween themed compilation of songs that I produced, and maybe a couple songs that I just kind of mixed and have a Halloween vibe to them. They're maybe just instrumental and don't have a lot of vocals, but could make for like a cool segue track, or even just a cool, like, sometimes it's nice to have an instrumental track, like we don't get a lot of popular instrumental tracks, but sometimes we do here and there, or maybe a track with just a few words in it, like a Turn Down for What or a Harlem Shake. It's kind of nice to have those songs in your mix here and now, I should say. So, that being said, the Haunted Dance Floor is officially out. And Get Wild When the Werewolves Bite, which I just mentioned with Alana Carter, this track is really the heart of the project, and it's what started the project. And I feel like when I was working with her, like she she understood what kind of vibe I was looking for. And it was cool because we were playing around with like the whole werewolf howl drop and just kind of trying different like energy levels and just trying like different things to see if we can get something that like it's just not a song you play at a party in the background, but it's something that like it takes over the party. I think it would be great to have like a new Halloween anthem. I don't think we've gotten any really great new Halloween anthems lately. It's been some years. So kind of the goal with this compilation was just to like pack dance floors with a new sound, a little more like ahead of its time sound, maybe something from like 2030. Um, but but where do the Halloweens bite is a real question. And that's one that I kind of see becoming, hopefully, the Halloween like rager, like this year, next year, the year after. Um, I can only hope. I mean, I've been making music for a while and I love producing music. I love working with artists. It's really been something that when I was younger, it was such a dream. And I never like, I don't think I understood, like you can do anything, but you really do have to put your mind to it. You can't think and dream about something. And I think that's what I did a lot when I was younger with music. I was like, I can play music, pre-recorded music, but to make my own music, like, wow, again, you get kind of this like dreamy look on your face and you kind of be like staring out into the stars and be like, wow, what an idea to make my own music and be a producer. And wow. So I've been blessed enough to be able to actually do that. And um, I'd say like 7 or 8 years I've been producing music and putting different albums and singles out. And I find just continually making music and making music that isn't necessarily like something you're like, I'm going to make the big hit. I'm going to make this one the greatest song ever. But instead, you just kind of write for it and you say, well, I don't know, maybe this song will do something. Let me just make it. Or I'll make part of a song and then I'll just put it to the side and then I'll make another song, like half of a song, put that to the side. I'll just kind of go through different genres as well and just try different things. Because I feel like if you put yourself in a place like I'm going to make an uptown funk tonight and it's going to be amazing, it's like, well, you can try, but it's going to be pretty hard, like to make an uptown funk. And plus, is it really your style? Are you really being authentic to what kind of music you love? What kind of music you would love to play for people? So that's really been like the best part of putting together this compilation. It has been realizing that dream from my past is finally coming true. And I'm continually living that dream. Sure, I don't have a billion streams and I don't have a music video with a billion views on it. But with consistency, you never know. And I always say like the more you do something that you love, the more it's easy and the more good things come to you. So, um what was I going to say? Oh, yes. So this compilation, I feel like it's perfect for Halloween season, and I hope you guys check it out. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you stream it. I hope you tell a friend. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about it. What's your favorite track? Who would you like me to see like on a compilation album? Who would you like to see me work with? I would love to do that kind of stuff as well. And I would love the input from you, the listener, the viewer. I would appreciate that very much. So, that being said, let's move on to the next segment. We're going to do the Spotlight Shoutout.
Spotlight Shoutout. Who is the best in the Northwest DJ iSizzle?
All right. So, this week's shoutout goes to the Georgetown Morgue in Seattle. Now, this is by far the scariest haunted house in the country. It has insane production, actors, and sets. And it's been going on for years. I mean, it is a Seattle legendary haunted house. And I would say, like, if you haven't been to this haunted house, you're definitely not initiated into the Seattle scene on Halloween. So I was DJing a party there, an after party, and it was absolutely wild. And what's wild is like a lot of the actors from the haunted house will come over for the after party in their makeup. So I'm DJ, like people come in like and they're still screaming like from the maze, and then like they'll immediately get on the dance floor and start like shaking, like whether it be like a zombie or whether it be like a Frankenstein or like a mummy or like just somebody who's like risen from the dead or something and they just came out of the graveyard. Like it is wild stuff. And to see people in the makeup and then like I'm just like, okay, I'm just a DJ up here. Please don't come up here and request anything. I'm just gonna stay here. I'm just gonna play the music. I got a 2-hour set. Let me get through it. So all right. If you want a full on Halloween experience, and I hope they'll have me back there again. It was really fun DJing that haunted house event for the Georgetown Morgue. And that is my spotlight shout out.
Final thoughts. I'm going to miss you, DJ iSizzle.
All right, my fan sizzles, it's come to that point. I want to say thank you for stepping behind the booth with me, DJ iSizzle. This has been episode 10. We call it Haunted Dance Floors and Monster Beats. If you loved the spooky stories and DJ hacks and everything like that, hit subscribe, hit like, hit love. Drop some comments below, share it with a friend, tell a friend. We're all here to have a good time. We're all here to learn some new stuff. And hey, maybe you're an aspiring DJ and hopefully I can help out with anything. Leave some comments down there, like anything that you would recommend if you're just starting out as a DJ again. What would you do differently? I would love to incorporate that into an episode as well. We'll do viewer questions. I was doing the 5 questions at the beginning, but I decided we'd take a little break this week, but we'll probably get back to it next week, but we'll see. And yeah, so I just want to say, thank you again, and happy Halloween. We got so many parties coming up. Next week's episode is going to be full on Halloween, before Halloween episode. So I'm looking forward to that. That'll complete our trilogy. We'll do 3 of 3 Halloween episodes leading up to Halloween. So yes. Oh, and don't forget, make sure that you stream Get Wild When the Werewolves Bite with Alana Carter, now available wherever music lives. It is a great Halloween anthem, hopefully soon to be a future favorite on dance floors everywhere on Halloween. So for the ultimate wedding or event experience, visit djissizzle.com, hit the book now button and go ahead and drop me a message. And then we'll go from there. I guess until next time, keep the beats creepy, the costumes wild, and the dance floor alive. Stay spooky and stay sizzling. Bye. Oh, I got to show you the shirt real quick. Bye. This is my Mario Brothers shirt right here. Okay. All right. See you later, guys. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to the Behind the Booth podcast hosted by DJ iSizzle. Remember to keep the music loud, the energy high, and your memories unforgettable. See you next time.